Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo. Welcome back to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night podcast where we talk about life and toys. And that is usually the deep sigh of like getting ready to go into it. But that's unfortunately me catching my breath because it's been that kind of a week. So hang on, let me just fill you guys in real quick. Already some friends in the house. So real quick, let me just say hi to Wyatt Smith. What's going on? Copper State Bricks, my man. 88 Figs. What's going on, Ozzy? And McKitty. Good to see you. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, this is it was a week. It was a week. So I'm gonna give you the quick rundown because this is the life portion of the life and toys. And then I have plenty of toys for us to talk about. It is just gonna be me tonight. I didn't even send the link to my buddies because again, you're probably gonna keep hearing this. This is what's been happening to me in the last like half hour, where I guess it's just with the sun down and at the end of the day, but I've been battling something this week, and yeah, like it started to kick my butt a little bit. Granted, I'm wearing my Tom Nook represent Animal Crossing holiday sweater, so that is helping with the sweating. But yeah, I don't know what's happening to me. Oh man. But that's kind of what this whole week was like. So for me, I ended up skipping the Toy Pick Community Top 10 on Wednesday because that morning at 4 a.m., my wife and I were administering a nebulizer to our son. So that just gives you a sense of, some of the, obstacles. Again, I try to subscribe if you haven't heard of the surfer mentality. Like we got knocked off our surfboard this week, but fortunately we're getting back up on the board. But yeah, so that's all. It was just one of those things, and we are now in December, and I'm just so excited, guys. I'm just so excited for the holiday season and just all that good stuff. Diggs Figs in the house. What's going on, Ryan? So again, means a lot that you guys are here hanging out tonight. So I want to show off some stuff. So that was just my quick. It was just one of those weeks. It was one of those weeks. I thought I was more closer to 100% than I feel right now. I guess that's like, it's surprising me because I had been doing pretty well all day today. What's going on, Toy Addict 17? My man Danny, how you doing, brother? So let's just get to some toys. We'll get to some toys. I'm gonna throw this out. Shoot. I feel bad that I didn't get to confirm this with Chubsy, but Chubsy Wubsy. So Chubsy Wubsy Toys and Collectibles. Let me shout these guys out first. Let's do this. So real quick, you guys know I love Chubsy Wubsy Toys and Collectibles. I love the whole Chubsy Wubsy family. So again, this is where I get to go shopping both online and in store. In store for me is my favorite. But I just wanted to highlight that they are doing a holiday toy drive. So if you are doing any toy shopping for yourself, what is wonderful is over here. It says if you choose to donate, you can not only drop stuff off to the Chubsy Wubsy Toys and Collectibles store, but you could also purchase an item from their website, and at checkout, yeah, that's showing up good. And at checkout, select in-store pickup, and then you could put in holiday drive donation. So that's like so wonderful. So I just wanted to highlight that they are doing this wonderful thing right now. Chubsy we had tentatively talked last week, right? That was last week about having him join. So tonight, since I'm keeping it short, I'm just going to announce that because Chubs has been awesome and he said he wanted to do a giveaway through this channel. You're the man, Chubsy. So let's plan on this. Next Sunday, I'll have Chubsy join. It's going to be at the end of the second day of the ToyCon New Jersey. So I'm sure I'm going to be getting on my Sentinels with Machu and J-Shot and everybody else. I think Toy Chase is going to be there. So I'm going to try to get Tim on the show. Just, it'll be a real recap. So next Sunday, we'll do a recap show. And Chubsy, I hope, again, if you're hearing this either live, let me know in the chat or let me know after the replay if you check it out. But we could announce the Chubsy Wubsy giveaway. He had told me already what he was thinking about giving away. So it's awesome. I own a couple already. So I believe, this is going to be a good one. And yeah, I'll just clarify. But next week we'll do. Let's plan on that. So because again, thanks, Chubbs. So let's plan on next Sunday, ToyCon recap and Chubsy Wubsy giveaway through the Imbo channel. So yay! So that'll be fun, and we'll do the whole StreamYard. You know, must be US, and we'll do the live giveaway through the StreamYard feature. So all right. Clintastic, what's going on, Clint? How you doing, man? Do I sound okay? I know my beard is getting like real gnarly. My wife is like, she just reminded me. She goes, you know, November, it just ended. Like I could shave now. So yeah, I don't know. It's getting gnarly. It's getting a little long on me. I was just doing it for fun, you know, through No Shave November. But yeah, when it gets big like this. All right. So, God, I guess you can hear it in my voice, but here is something very exciting that I wanted to show you guys. So, if you don't know what this is, I mean, maybe you do. We've actually discussed them on the show many times in the past, through different friends of the show, like Agent Variant. I think he was the first guy that ever taught me about Grime City. So, yeah, buddy. Grime City put up the phone booth. It was over the summer, and I needed to have it. I'm ordered that Muff Toys, not Clark Kent, and I've just been admiring the Grime City work for so long. And when the phone booth came back up, I had to jump on it. So this thing is incredible. Yeah, I had to wait months for it, but it was well worth the wait. It arrived this week, and you can see it lights up. And this was it all came wired. It's all like I could easily access through the base, like the replacement battery over here, but everything was already just fully wired and ready to rock and roll. The beautiful, and again, simple little power switch. I mean, like, this is so nice. Look at that. That's so nice. Grime City, baby. So the level of detail, it's everything that I wanted and expected. And even with the base. And this makes me so happy because back here, I actually have that as my billboard is using that one. So this thing is awesome. Again, it is an investment towards toy photography. I would put in that same category. It's just an investment in your art. It's not so much of the collect. I mean, like, as a collectible piece, this is also really fantastic. Like, if you wanted something really nice for your shelf. But for me, this is going to now live back in the city. I just have to figure out, and I'm going to be using it as both just living in there, but also a focal point. I mean, it's really awesome. It's so cool. So that was the one piece that I got. And while I was on his Etsy store, he had just a door. And you know what? Right back there, once again, that's that brick wall that my wife made me so many Christmases ago. And I said, oh, I could just get a Grime City door and literally turn anything into a Grime City wall, piece, art, whatever. So there we go. So I actually had it as like in my little dumpster section on its side, like being thrown out. And in the future, like when I have more, accessibility to my wall, that can again be a feature for a focal point. They can live in a shot simultaneously. But yeah, they are very awesome. You can see all of the different details in here. So let's just soak it in. Let's just soak it all in. Because that is like, it's the art and the style and the attention to detail. That is what you're investing in when you get something like this. So yeah, just really rad there. And then let's just give it one more look. We'll give it one more look. A little quiet action. Here we go. It's so nice. So nice. And I was looking for a Lost in Translation because Jules is one of the Grime City reps now. So I've been looking for that because I know, we know this guy, Sergeant Banana's in the house. There we go. So I'm wondering if Lost in Translation is also featured somewhere. If not, we'll have to make that happen, right, Jules? But yeah, that thing is great. That thing is great. So cool. So good. Dig said, those are so awesome. I've been eyeing this stuff for a while. Yeah, dude, Ryan, you're also at a level, like, first of all, I'm just because I love your work. So what I was gonna say is, like, stylistically and with the level that your work is at, which is top notch, like, it might be worth, but again, like, this was part of the reason I you have to budget for it. You have to budget for it. This was a couple of figures, you know what I mean? This was during that, like, oh, I guess I'm gonna pass on a couple of these things, like, so you make your choices. But again, with the work that you do, like, you're stylistically, for sure, you're a prime candidate for getting this stuff, man. For sure. So there was that. Going back to over here. So my Lone Wolf Cosmic. So I am using my Cosmic Dio today. Just because it's, oops. As I smack around, show you the whole mess of my basement. So let me safely put the Grime City, because I remember when Agent Variant was on and talking about this, and he was like, oh my God, he's like, I put it right back in the box. Like, and it's true. Like, I don't want to mess this up. Like I said, it's a toy, or it's for toys, but it's not a toy. All right. Safely out of the way. Safely out of the way. Okay. And let's show off this big bad boy. There he is. So I finally busted out Slogg. Yeah, Highwarden Slogg. He is something else. I mean, he's, again, huge hunk of plastic as I continue to sweat. Oh my God. Why did I decide to keep this on? Why? I could have taken it off. But let's check out the details. So first of all, there's the dome. He is just a big old hunk of plastic, but again, with the 4 horsemen, you can see the attention again to the detail. Look at that. How they frosted along all the way around there. That's really cool. So that gives a really nice look. And I did take a picture with him, using the dome. It's going to be tough. You're going to get those reflections and things like that. So, you just have to play around and see what light, what reflections you're going to be comfortable with if you choose to get them. But like without the dome, you can see, like, I mean, he is highly, highly detailed. Oof. Big gnarly scar. And he didn't come with much, to be perfectly honest. He didn't, this is a very big boy. Now he does balance really well. You only get some ankle articulation here, no knees, but he does balance. Like I did get him on a running pose last night. Yeah, there we go. So that is neat. He is fun in that regard. You are going to get some waist rotation. And then he only comes with 2 fists. And then this device, which is really cool too, the way that is done. There we go. Like prison inmate, gives me, like a scene out of Guardians of the Galaxy type of, just that checking on your prisoners type situation. But yeah, that's cool. So that's his one thing. And he has, like I said, 2 fists. And then he comes with this gnarly second head sculpt option. So this is that's so rad. That is so rad. Look at the gills. Oh, so brainy. Oof. Definitely gives you heebie-jeebies looking at that. So there's Slogg. Slogg is cool. So now with Cosmics, like, I love everything that I have. I took so many Cosmic Legion shots last night. Finally, I was so excited to finally, like, kind of kick myself in the butt and, like, get my lighting set up. I got my atmosphere aerosol, got everything all situated. So I love my Cosmics. I think if you are into the line, then definitely this is their big hunk of plastic. This is their plastic meat to throw at you. This is the big guy. Kragnar, I guess, is the other dude. I was on the fence between the 2. I'll probably end up getting Kragnor eventually at some point. But yeah, and then in terms of like, again, I'm not super into the lore, but if you have been or if you're curious, the lore is there, and he is, like, I would imagine to be in this prison situation, a pretty important player. So he does seem like, what am I trying to say? If you're a dabbler, is he a must-have? Like, no. Am I happy I have him? I got him at ChrisCon. It's cool that I was finally able to crack him open, mess with him, and I do plan on using him in more pictures. So yeah, go for it if you like them. It's one of those deals. Toy Chase, what's going on, brother Tim? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for hanging out this evening. We're keeping it on the shorter end. I don't know if you can hear it in my chest, in my voice. Need to start taking some Cosmic Legion shots. That's what I'm talking about. And reminder, you're going to see Lone Wolf Labs, Toy Chase. This is all Lone Wolf. Just our boy Kev. So yeah, just going over Slogg. Again, I like this guy. I didn't get to screw around too much. I got him into the balancing, the running pose. I haven't even swapped the head yet. Oh, that's a gigantic peg hole. All right, I didn't even realize that. But I do like what was included. I think he's neat. And he actually, and again, moves well. No heat needed on this guy. He's got some good movement. Everything's nice and buttery. Now, again, it could have been, I did buy this guy back in July. But yes, it's still good that I didn't need to heat him up. But bam. So Slogg. All right. Now, upcoming stuff. Toy Father. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? Can you hear it in my voice? Oh, I was just telling. This is why I wasn't here on Wednesday. That was the start of the decline. But yes, so here we are, powering through, everyone. The main question I had, the main topic is, are two of my new Revoltechs going to make it into my top 10? Now, you guys know I've been trying to crank out some more videos. Quick shout out once again to Chubsy Wubsy and Machu Toy for the last video I put out was on the Concrete Jungle Studio Notorious BIG unboxing that Matt and I got to do at Chubsy. So that was awesome. So that was the last video I made. I think this one I want to do a comparison with, not that I have many. There's plenty of people out there with more experience in Revoltechs, but going over my 4 Guccis in detail, my Yamaguchis. So here are my 2 new ones. And again, if not that I'm pretending everybody keeps tabs on all my story stuff, but I did post these to my story over on Instagram. So you may have known that these are the ones I'm going to talk about, but here we are. It is Captain America and Black Panther. These are the leftover poses from a little last night's session, because of course, like while I was using the Cosmic Legion Lone Wolf Dio, I was like, let me throw these guys in too. So I did a couple of shots with them. But here we go. So I'm going to start with Cap, because like Black Panther, I'm late to the party. Everybody has still already told me how awesome he is. I've seen the reviews. I knew he was awesome. Hell, Machu Toy got one of his million view reels off of the triple kick, right, with this figure. So I knew it was going to be amazing, and it is. If out of the 2, this is the guy that has the best chance at making my 2023 figure, list, my top figures. And again, that's only if I'm keeping it to figures that are new to me in 2023. So being new to me, he could easily make it. I could see that. The question's going to be, again, just as I spend more time with him, if it's going to be on the Spidey level. Because right now, I think my Spidey Revoltech is absolutely on that list. So Black Panther, we'll just have to see. Part of this is tough. So part of it's tough that it comes in at the end of the year. But then there's also the newness. So, for me, fun factor, and do I keep reaching for the toy to fidget with, to play with, to pose? So Black Panther is going to have that edge in being the new figure in my house that like I want to play with, but it's still not to that Spider-Man extent when I had the Spidey. And I think it's part of it is just because, again, affinity for the character. Like Spidey, I have 1,000 different Spidey poses in my brain that I can just maneuver to. Black Panther, similar but different. You know what I mean? Like they're going to do different types of action posing and lunges, leaps. They're going to move differently. So like I have to figure out Black Panther as a character more, look at more, like source material and just try to figure out outside of just the typical punches and kicks. But he is a really cool figure for sure. And I mean, hell, I forget. Chewy can let you know which import site we went to, but like both of these were $42 a piece. And for anybody that remembers Enzo Amore, and you can't teach that, like $42 Black Panther. That's why I was like, yeah, slam dunk. Captain America, that's a $42 gamble. But it's one that I'm happy I rolled the dice. But again, like I can be happy about the figure ultimately because of the price point that I was able to get him at. So anyway, Black Panther, I mean, like if he's awesome. And you have to like Revoltech. I do. And Black Panther is, he lives up to all of the hype that people have laid claim to. Even the accessories are really awesome. Like I had a blast figuring out how to use his like purple power effects. I'm not crazy with how the picture turned out that I took with it, but it's just a learning curve. So that one I might revisit. It was trying to do a little like, but yeah, so these are great. But Cap is the guy I really want to focus on for the main event of this evening. Oh, yes, my fellow toy daddy. I'm glad you appreciate it. I was shown before. It's Tom Nook. Those are the little presents and bell bags from Animal Crossing. And yes, you had an action-packed, family-filled, fun trip. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Enjoy your recovery time, my friends. Let's see. Diggs found the race speeder for 15. Now I just need more cosmics. The speeder for $15, dude. That's a steal. And you just reminded me, I have the something rider. Oh man, I'm blanking now. But it was a Black Friday purchase a few years ago. It was a Black Series. I have a Black Speeder racer. Enfys Nest? Is that a character? Enfys Nest? Something like that. But I have one Star Wars speeder. But thank you for reminding me that exists because it does scale. It's Black Series, and I can use it for cosmic stuff. What's going on, Realm of Toys? How you doing, Frankie boy? Wade Creates in the house. How are you doing, Wade? And there's my other toy daddy, Chewy. Hello. And Cal the Collector. What's going on, Carlos? Man, I had such a blast. Again, just a reminder that last Sunday we didn't have a stream. It was Survivor Series. Duh. And again, if you haven't checked that out, if you've been curious, on the fence, a casual wrestling fan, if you liked it at one point of your life, I would recommend going back to check out that watch along. Number one, because then you get to hear from Cal the Collector and Diggs Figs, and just love those guys. But then also, No Chewing, Machu and I, we just had a blast really talking more about the toys than the wrestling, but that's okay. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. And yes, thank you. Just a quick reminder, because I always forget. Hit that like button while you're hanging out. Again, guys, I genuinely, truly appreciate you hanging out with me live right now. And if you are catching the replay, thank you so much for choosing to listen to me talk about toys. Spending part of your life talking about toys. All right, Cap. So Cap didn't come with much. And at first, I was really mad about the hand situation. That's so silly. But yes, I was upset about the hand situation at first. But I'm going to walk you through how I went from annoyed to like, oh yeah, to totally fine. I'll give you the whole. What did I have to? How did I have to convince myself? All right, let's see. I dropped something else. That's all right. I will find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, at first, I went okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. So odd number of hands right off the bat. Odd number of hands. So that was a little annoying. And then only one trigger hand. And then no firearm. Again, I'm used to this now with these toy companies, like for whatever their reasons. So there's only one trigger hand. And then I thought that the shield could only go into this hand. And then I was just so upset because I was like, but then he's only going to be holding it in his right arm. And this picture clearly shows him leading with his left arm. Then I look at the fist and I'm like, I don't see. I was so silly. So I'll show you how this all works. But basically, the fists are super tight fists, but there is a hole in there. There you go. And that is how you can fit the shield. That was my number one. Number two, the guns. Who cares? So you do get at least we get one trigger hand. So that was my hand questionable hand stuff. Questionable hand stuff. The things I'm saying. Here we go. So he's got a salute hand. He's got the two fists. He has one pointing finger, which is out there now. Love this. And then this is really cool. So he's got the throwing hand, again, with those holes in them to use this little device. And I got to figure out, and this is me still kind of learning this toy, but he will be able to throw the shield that way. And then it can also like look like he's taking it off of his back. So there are really nice little things that I do enjoy with, again, something that I was initially kind of peeved, kind of annoyed. But then we get to the figure itself, and I'm going to just give you the good and the bad. For $42, I am happy I own this figure. I'll just start with there. Whoops. Let me bring you back up there, Steve. There you go. So for $42, I'm happy I have them because I enjoy Revoltechs. I enjoy getting to learn how these engineering works on a new figure. But now I'm going to tell you this stuff that if this was going to be like your first Revoltech, or you had Deadpool, Spidey, Black Panther, and then you went, yeah, let me get a cat. Okay, so that's why I want to go over this for you guys, because this will be ultimately a frustrating experience. Because number one, I'll just kind of these are numbered, but just as they come to mind. He is a thick boy. I'm not crazy about like the body. First of all, like the body, he's just very thick, very just beefy thick, which okay. But then the tiny little head. And yes, I can solve this with a head sculpt, and I will. I already talked to Henrock. He's going to hook me up with it because like he's the guy that hooked up Machu with his custom head sculpt for this. So Henrock already on top of things. You're the best, Henry. Thank you, man. So yeah, I'm going to be picking up a head sculpt from him. So that will be solved. But again, just like it just didn't work for me. It's just such a tiny little head with those shoulder pads. Still, okay, I'm going to get a new head. I can swap. I can figure it out. Okay. The thing that drove me nuts the most in figuring out the articulation to this figure is the armpits themselves. Like, you got the Revoltech joints in there so it can go up and down, but then it's up and around. It is the weirdest. It's so weird. It's so weird. And because he's so chunky and there's no bicep swivel, just so chunky, so thick right there, so beefy, like, I don't know. It's your punching is going to be a little weird, you know? So it's odd. It's odd. It doesn't, And maybe I'm wrong. You know what? Like, this could be one of those things where Machi's going to start, saying link, 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 and jump in and then school me in how to move this guy. But from what I've been seeing myself, I just haven't been in love with it. Once again, doesn't mean I dislike him. I'm just haven't been in love with him. By the way, that's how the shield works. So very similar to SHF in that regard. That's how they use their shields. Just as say they're the portholes. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's an odd choice because you can't lift the arm up and out forward. It has to be an up and over type of situation. So it's just it's weird. It's weird. And like if I want to have him punch, like he does have this extra other Revoltech shoulder. See, that whole thing moves around. But yeah, I guess it's not terrible. I don't know. Just Revoltechs take more work. They just take a lot of work to get posed up. Like, I can't really just throw him into something. There's so many different moving parts to get him going. I don't know. So, not my, Cap is not landing on my top 10. I'll just say that. But I like him. And I'm going to point I do still like him. And that's how I had to figure it out, by the way. There's the whole thing. I was like, how? Because I could not move his arms up. I couldn't do this. And I was freaking out, and I was so mad. And it wasn't until I was like, let me just try to mess with these Revoltech joints where I learned it was, up. The joint comes up. So super weird. Super weird. But there we go. So for $42, he's worth it. Absolutely for $42. If I spent big bad money, if I went for him at retail on a US based site, if you're looking at $100 figure, I would advise against that. But otherwise, he's going to be neat. I'm happy I have him. And if you guys are interested, let me know in the chat if you do want me to do that video. I was trying to think of some other fun stuff to, focus my videos on, not just doing a straight figure review. So these two did fire me up to go in a Revoltech direction and go in depth on all four. Because technically I've never reviewed any of them outside of streaming, So I don't know. I think that might be it. So if you're curious, I would do it would be a whole posing thing. I could talk more, you'd hear some of these thoughts about articulation, but I think I'd be doing it more in a posing and photography sense. So if that video sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, definitely let me know. Cal, here we go. And yes, going back to our watch along. Yeah, Cal, dude, we had so much fun. I think it was, I had such a blast. And that's the whole thing, right? If we're having fun doing something, but it seemed like the feedback and it was received well. I think that we could definitely plan on doing the big four. At the very least, we'll do the next one. What is that going to be? Mania? No, Rumble. What am I talking about? Rumble. That's my favorite. That's my favorite of the year. That's right. Rumble in January. Thank you. All right. Revoltech is releasing accessory pack that may include guns. Interesting, Chewy. All right. Just so you know, on the Toy Pick community on the Top 10 on Wednesday, the boys debuted doing, little toy news segments. So this is good. I'm glad you guys are on top of this. I thought I heard that recently too, so I got to check that out. Hank is in the house. What's going on, man? Yes, Revolcap certainly shows his age. It's true. And I'm okay. I'm not even upset with the artistic choice of the face sculpt. I really don't mind. And here, even this one, it's definitely in the, more of an anime stylized. But I don't even mind that. It's just the size. It really is it's just such a tiny, tiny little head for, he's so big. He's so built. Yo, this Cap is built different. Sorry. This is me losing it now. There we go. Yeah, the throwing hit is clean. There we go. And Panther 504, hello. Thanks. You guys are just cracking me up. Thick beef, little head. That's it, man. No chewing. My order was Mickey, Woody, Buzz, Jesse, Pooh, Tigger, Gucci, Spidey, Deadpool, Black Panther, and Cap. That was that was a good order. That was a really fun order. Nice touch putting the shield straps on the inside of both arms. Finishes the look well. Yeah. Once again, this is, like I said, what is it? Marvel Legends. I have like 2 of them that have straps that you have to feed the hand through. And that's all well and good. But then most of them, Legends-wise are that clip. But SHF and, yeah, because even Mezco's magnets. That's a cool one, too. But, yeah, Revoltech and SHF use the port system. And it does work really well, especially, like, I'm just going to show you this one part, because when I was initially trying to plug this into the trigger hand, of course, this little white spot didn't fit it. Like, it was so goofy. So, yes, it looks a lot better and cleaner, and he does hold that on there really well. Oh, Venom has similar shoulders. That's been a Gucci. That was another one that I really thought about exploring. I remember that was going to be, that was going to be like one of my very first premium toys. I was really looking at that Venom. That was before I don't even think I had ordered my first ordered figure, like premium, was Sentinel Miles from GameStop. I mean, like from, getting into the whole toy community thing. So, yeah, that Venom, I looked at that Venom so many times. Yeah, that was the deal. Panther and Cap introduced with less than certain sites, yeah, for only 1 figure. Toy Chase, they're superposable, but I've yet to add one to my collection. I was going to get the recent Spider-Man, but couldn't pull the trigger. That's fine. Once again, a huge thing for people, and this is why I think I'll go into this in the video to really show you, because there's so many, again, just going back to Machu Toy, who we all know, like, take ridiculous looking pictures and make, awesome videos and reels. But I think that's what I'm going to try to do in this video, is to really show you and walk you through, because, like, these figures can be gnarly looking, and people, like, actively hate them because of the ball joints and because of, stuff like that. So I think that would be kind of neat to do a video saying, like, hey, I take your ball joints and raise you, I don't know, awesome toy photos. But really, like, that would be the whole premise, is to show you, like, this is each figure. This is what you can do with them. This is I mean, in a photography sense. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Archie, what's going on, Art? How you doing, man? Man, Machu using your explosions in a 2099 picture. Really awesome. Really good stuff. Action Figure Neverland, how you doing? Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This is so nice. It's like a little Legions Con recap. Hey, or, like another post Legions Con hangout. Let's see. Walk me through Yimba posing. Have her figured out Cat myself. Okay, so that might be the answer then. I think that would be kind of cool, because it would be coming from, like, I don't know, maybe even a little ASMR. In, like, a posing sense. Maybe just hear me chewing into. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. And hey, Lone Wolf, I know you're loving this new setup, right? Look at that bad boy. Oh, this is all for the record. Lone Wolf also sells these at cons, and he has updated screens and different screens. So I'm just always going to point out the stuff that Kev does. He does so well. So yes, love you, Kev. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do that video. I think that's going to be my next one. I also have videos I have to finish. Like, I recorded footage for when I opened up the Mutant Mayhem playset, and I did it in I just never edited the footage together, but I recorded it as, like, can this be something a toy photographer uses? So I should probably finish editing that too. Yeah, you get where I'm going with this. I have work to do. I have my work cut out for me. That's all right. That's the fun work. This is the work that I like doing. And of course, Kev. Oh man. So I will tell you guys, I was excited. To pick up. I'll just give you some future episode things. I did get to find my Space Usagi. So I'm very pumped about this guy. I wasn't like when I initially saw him, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I was, I didn't really use my other Usagi that much. And I'm like, no, I saw him in the store, instant buy. This is adorable. And he'll fit in great with my Cosmic Legions. That was another reason. Oh, so that's another guy I got to crack open fairly soon. And I'm just trying to look around. I mean, guys, you know how it is. Like, there's so many toys, but it's active. Like right now, I'm just sweating, and my nose is running, and I think I'm gonna start turning a lot grosser in a second. So I might have to call it a night tonight. I'm sorry. I know I'm the worst, but no, I don't want you guys listening to me sucking at my boogers and all of that. I know there's a mute button. Look, hang on. But still, like, who wants to deal with that? So that was it. I just really wanted to focus on these two. I think Black Panther is, I mean, like right now, guys, I'm just telling you, like every person that hyped it up has been absolutely right. Not that I would be here disagreeing with them, but no, it's universally praised, this Black Panther figure. If you want to go for a Revoltech, he's amazing. Now, if you're going for your first, like maybe Toy Chase, then ask yourself, where does your fandom lie? For me, like I would, if I was only going to get one first Revoltech ever, like I would go Spidey. But I have now, mine was Deadpool, fell in love with Deadpool, and like now I'm up to 4, which doesn't sound like, compared to Mezco and stuff, but they're putting out a lot of great stuff. And like the Supergirl that's coming out and the Thor, and I could see myself getting more of them. So my point is, the Black Panther could easily end up on my top 10. I'm going to have to figure that out. I got to figure all of this stuff out pretty soon. I want to shout out Kirk, too, from... Hang on. Why am I blanking? My brain... Oh, I just wanted to get his... All right, I wanted to get the handle right. Okay, so it's Kirk. So it's the Geek Effect. So the Geek Effect, I'm super pumped. I think, Chewy, you're also going to be included in this. But I need to figure this out because this week I need to send him my favorite video for a thing that he's doing. So I really do. This is like crunch time. I got to mess with these toys. Anything I haven't unboxed, all bets are off, baby. I got to really screw around and determine. But Black Panther definitely has a shot because my Spidey is vying for one of my top spots right now. So, yeah, that's all. That's all. I just wanted you to know. Cap, good old Cap. Again, for a deal, get him for a deal. You get him for a song. He is fun. If you're going to expect this, I'm just saying. So, I don't know, guys. Let's see. Oh, Hankin, here we go. See? Yeah, that has 21. Perfect. All right. Hey, that's more like me with the Mezco area and maybe even Mafex. But the Revoltechs, I'm starting to creep up, man. And we were talking before about like My Hero Academia. Like if I had been into that show, I would own a lot more Gucci's. And again, thanks to Jaden Ivory for first pushing me down this rabbit hole. Let's see. Oh, Hankins. Oh, Agent Venom. That's another good. Oh, that's one that I passed on initially, but he might come home with me too. Let's see. So action figure now. I'm getting used to Revoltech 2. Just opened up my first one the other day. What's that? Bakugo from My Hero Academia. All right. And getting Endeavor 2. Okay. Yeah, like I think Hankins a great one to talk to. I think, but I've heard so many good things. Like I was telling him, like One Punch Man, like I had in box. I never took him out because like it wasn't, like I just kind of moved him along in the toy world. But I've only ever heard how great he is and how much fun he is. So I hear you. Ooh, NYC Figure Fanatic, thanks for joining tonight. You're going to have to kind of probably catch the replay at the start because I am fading fast. This is is a grown man slowly sweating and losing his voice, and it's one of those things. And Chewy will be ordering Supergirl this week. Okay. All right, we'll have to talk then, because maybe if we're gonna, try to work out some more of a international shipping savings, we'll have to play around. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So quick things. So just reminders. So Wednesday, I plan on being back with the Toy Daddies for the Toy Pick Community Top 10. This week, I believe we have Richie, aka Nose Rain. Am I right, Chewy? I think Nose Rain is joining us this Wednesday, so that's going to be awesome. Back on it with some guests. Between Two Sentinels, as we all know, is going to go live at 8 p.m. And then there's obviously so many other good shows and people out there doing things. I just got my Goblin too. I thought I was going to crack him open tonight, but yeah, see, it's serious when I can't even open a new Spidey toy. Whew. But yeah, guys, this has been awesome. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys have had hit the wrong button. I hope you guys have had a lot of fun hanging out with me this evening. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. So thank you so much for choosing to spend part of your life hanging out and talking about toys and watching this sweaty, hairy, grown man just fall apart in front of your eyes. But truly, genuinely, hope you had fun. I really enjoy these Revoltechs. And I have a lot more fun toy stuff coming. So thank you guys so much for everything. Appreciate you guys. Ooh, and yes, Panther, I did get Jacob Marley. The first thing I did when I saw I was like, we're Marley and Marley. Woo! So yeah, man, I am super pumped for Jacob Marley. And yes, Hankett, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. McKitty, love you guys. Thank you so much. And yes, it is Nose Rain. That's going to be so good. See, I'm about to Nose Rain. See what I did there? Oh, I'm just being a silly boy now. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Have an awesome start to your week. I will catch you guys on the gram and YouTube and all of those fun things in the toy world. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.